Hey Inklings Fiction authors, it's Caleb, and today I just finished rolling out something that I'm really excited about. It's something that I've been wanting to do for ever since I started the Inklings Fiction site, and now I finally have it. What is it? It's a bookstore, or more accurately, it's a book catalog where all of us who have our books for sale can list all of our books. This is going to be like the big part for all of us to be able to get all of our books listed and in front of the Inklings readers right away. Down the road, I will be making the newsletters and all those other things, newsletter swaps and all that jazz, stuff that I still am planning on doing, but right now, the immediate thing is that Inklings Fiction catalog that I just finished, and I, once again, am really excited about. So today I'm going to show you guys how to get your books onto that thing. So sit tight, and that's the next thing I'm going to do. Alright, Inklings, so as you can see here, I am on the InklingsFictioncom website. If you guys haven't been on it for a little bit, you can see up here in the top right, I have been adding a couple things. So you still have the home, you still have the About Us. The Writers tab I just changed from Write With Us. Nothing too exciting there, it's still sort of the same thing. You can still submit your author info, you could still submit your books. All the stuff is now there. I also have the story prompts, which is something new and something I'm working on right now, and I'm adding stuff as we speak, basically. I still have a lot of prompts to go, a whole lot, probably at least 1,000 until I finally think I'm sort of done. And I'm even doing quick little videos of me walking through these prompts. Like, I will tell you sort of what I'm thinking with them, and then I will go and say, all right, I'll read off one, I'll read off 5 of them. I don't know. It really depends on how many I have on that particular list, but I'll read off a few of them, and that is a two-prong reason. First, some people just like doing videos, and second, I'm posting those videos on YouTube and Rumble, and I'm hoping that that will stir up some more traffic to get more authors and readers onto the site sooner rather than later. So that's something that's for both of us. And then I have the bookstore tab. So right now there's no books on it. As you can see here, I've put up some text. I might get rid of this text down the road. I don't know for sure. But right here, these little blank spots right here and right here. So as soon as I can, these 2 blank spots will have the stories in them. Right now I don't have any stories on, so I'll need you guys to submit your stories. Once again, I'm going to show you guys how to submit those stories. And not just the stories, sorry. Submit your books that you have published elsewhere, how to get those onto our book catalog. So before you guys start thinking something, those books are books that you have, say, published on Amazon. For me, I published all my books on Amazon, so all of them are Amazon exclusive, but some of you guys have published with other people, so you can give me links to those other places. I personally prefer Amazon, but you guys can basically do whatever you want, so long as it actually takes people to the places. So without further ado, I'm going back to the home page just to walk you guys through it from the beginning. So I'm on the home page, just go over to the Writers tab. As I said, I've changed some things, so this might look a little new. If you're from the other place, you recognize this little picture. I like the picture, to be honest. I like the whole Roman armor thing, because, you know, full armor God. Paul's entire thing was taken off of Roman armor, so I'm a bit of a nerd for that. Anywho's, so to submit your book to the catalog, you can either go to this little quick navigation area, and it will be this one right here. As you can see, the link is right here. Or if you'd like to read a little bit about what that entails, you can scroll down to the Submitting Published Books to the Inklings Fiction Catalog section, which is just a few lines. It's not everything. I have a little bit more info on that, and there's another link right here that you can click on. I'm just going to click this link, and it opens in a new tab. I like things opening in new tabs so I don't lose my place. I try to do that for as many of the things as possible, but sometimes I mess up. So as you can see here, here's the page to submit your stuff. I had a little thank you because you guys have been doing so good, and I actually have been surprised with how much traffic we're getting. So websites, they take a while to get a lot of traffic, and we're actually getting some decent traffic. I mean, not a lot quite yet. With us just starting, I'm okay not getting a lot, but I sort of want a lot. You know how it is. But a little bit of the thank you, then I show what you guys need. This little list is what your books need to have to be admitted into the catalog. So first you need to have your author profile set up. If you're in the group right now, odds are you have your profile set up. Next up, you have to have at least one free story up on InklingsFiction.com. I don't care what the length is, but the thing is, I want you guys to have a story up there. So first off, readers can find you and get a free story. And second off, I don't want any people that are basically just freeloaders posting their stuff onto InklingsFiction.com. As I see it, that's sort of like thieving, because, I mean, so many of us have put so much time into our stories. So you had to earn your right, onto the catalog. So I didn't want anyone not earning their right onto the catalog. It's sort of like a sowing and reaping sort of thing, You gotta sow a free story or two before you can reap a bunch of readers. So that's sort of what that rule's for. Next up, your story must be from a Christian worldview, promote a Christian worldview, or be clean, as in no sexually explicit scenes and no excessive use of foul language. I understand the world is a dirty place sometimes. I understand you'll have scenes where you'll have someone swear. I understand that there's blood and gore. So there is leeway for it, but the biggest thing is don't have F-bombs every other word. Don't have sexually explicit scenes, and try to not promote worldly things. Try to be a Christian. You guys are Christians. Odds are you're writing like Christians, but you get where I'm coming from there. So with that out of the way, there's this little section here, and it's basically a bit of a disclaimer for kids and teen and adult books. The reason why I did that is because kids' books have to be clean, really clean, So I have it so kids have an entire section of their own with the stories. Those are separate from the adult and teen books, which can have more raw content, if you will, things that don't tone down the evils in the world as much. So I'm talking like you'll have VeggieTales in the kids section, and then you might have, let's say, Prince of Egypt in the teens one, because there's people getting killed and whatnot, So there's that. Once you guys have gone through that and decided if your story is a kid's one or not, and if you have done enough stuff to be part of it, you can go down to the submission form. As you can see, here's the submission form. I asked for a whole lot of info here, but that's just because I need a lot of info to make your guys' books onto the thing. So first off, I need your author name. Whoop-de-doo. Imagine that. Next, I need your author email. That way I can contact you guys if there's any issues. Then I need your book title. Imagine that. Series name, that one's optional. Obviously, not every book is in a series, so I made it optional for that purpose. Next up, 5 categories for your story. So those 5 categories will be taken from the normal categories for all the other books. I set things up so all these books will show up only in the catalog. It won't show up on the free stories that people can read, so don't worry about that. Next up, I need links to your book. I gave you a lot of space because some people don't have universal book links or UBLs set up. I don't have them yet. I need to set them up, honestly. But I don't. So if you're like me, you'll have to submit a Amazon UK link, an Amazon USA link, an Amazon Canada link, an Amazon Australia link, all those different links for all the different stores. You don't have to do every single store. You can just do the top 4 if you really want, but you might miss out on 1 or 2 sales in Japan or whatnot. But don't stress it too much. I don't really see the issue. But long story short, I'll get all those links, your universal book link or all your other links, I'll put those on the story so then people who are interested in your story can then click over and buy your book. And we're authors, we're in business, we're here to sell our books at the end of the day. And this is just one of the ways that I'm showing you guys my thanks for having you put your stories on Inklings Fiction. So next up, your book description. As you can obviously guess, that's your book's description. That's something that you would throw up on Amazon or whatever. Odds are you can just copy and paste your Amazon thing, or you can write a new one if you really want. I don't care. Finally, I need your book cover image. You can either do a link straight to it, or you can send it to me in email, but please be sure to give me the image. Otherwise, I will not be posting your book until I get the image, because it really would mess with how I am listing all the books, so I really need it, guys, so please. And finally, I need you guys to say if your thing is for a children audience. So if it is, your book will only be shown to children, but might end up at some point having it show to adults and teenagers too. I'm not thinking I will, but maybe. And if your book is not meant for children, then it will only be shown for teens and adults. It will not be shown to children because if you have a book on the Civil War and you have someone getting their head blown off, we don't need kids reading that. So that's it for submitting your thing. Once you have all your info in, please be sure to gloss over it really quick because I'm just going to copy and paste everything that I see. I might not read everything. I'll try to read everything I can, but I'm really busy with all this stuff, like insanely busy. You guys have no idea. So try to make sure all your info is correct and then hit submit. And once you hit submit, it'll be emailed to me. I'll get the submission form, and then as soon as I can, I'll get your story up onto InklingsFictioncom, and you'll be able to look it up. You'll be able to send your readers this way to get sent to Amazon, or you could just send it straight to Amazon. Doesn't really matter to me, but that's about it for how to get your books that you have published up onto InklingsFiction.com and onto the catalog. So thank you guys so much for taking part. God put a story in all of us. Right on, and God bless.